welcome to my first tutorial video. One of my dance videos to Fuso to Gym and Pound Girl got a little bit of recognition, I guess. I've had some lovely comments and encouragements and subscriptions. I even appreciate your hate mail. You must really hate yourselves to take time out of your lives to cuss other people down, so I am grateful for that. But yes, a few people messaged me asking whether I could do a breakdown of some of the moves I do, so I guess I'll try. I have taught a few people in the past, nothing major, just sort of a move here and there, but it's a lot easier to do when you've got a person in front of you and you can prompt them and guide them through it as they're dancing. But here we've got a bit of a barrier between us, but I guess what's the worst that can happen, right? So some of the moves I do are things like hip rolls and belly rolls and shimmies and chest isolations and the good old booty shake. Some moves are more versatile than others. The booty shake is pretty much, just moving your bum up and down. Don't know how else to explain it really. It's quite self-explanatory. The hip roll, however, is a very diverse move because once you get the gist of it, you can change your rhythm and you can incorporate other things into it, and you can have quite a lot of fun with it. So the hip roll is quite up there as far as I'm concerned. The hip roll isn't hard to learn actually. It took me very little time to learn. Once you get grips with the theory, once you understand how it's done, it's very easy to apply. I just hope I can put the theory across properly. There are easier things you can do with your hips, such as the infamous figure 8. It's quite a common sort of phrase in belly dancing. So don't know where to start really. I think I'll explain. I'll start with whatever, see how long it takes, and then I may leave it at that and then do another video for another dance move. If I'm able to get through it quick enough, I'll just do a quick whiz through all the different dance moves, I guess. Right, let's have a bit of belly on show just so you can see what's going on. I've just eaten, apologies. I should have probably done this before eating, but hey ho. Right, so the hip roll. The hip roll is what it says on the box really. It's just the rolling of the hips, so just continuous. Okay, it is, you can sort of have your legs side by side. That gives a different effect as to like sort of having your legs apart and then just doing, other things. But I'll explain. I'll give you the gist of what it is. So the easiest way to probably start it, it's just let's get grips with our hips. Okay, so when we're talking about the hips, we're talking about the hips alone. We're not talking about legs, we're not talking about our chest. So I need you to stand with your legs a little bit apart, not much, and let's just do like a little hip exercise. Move side to side. Try to keep your chest firmly still and just move your hips. If you can do this, you are pretty much halfway there to do the hip roll, because the only element you adding onto it is just the more fluid movement as opposed to just side to side. But just practice doing this for a bit. Okay? Right. You can read a book, or I don't know, do your nails or whatever while you're doing this, but just get grips with your hips. Oh my god, that rhymed. Okay, once we're happy with this, so let's start with a hip roll with your legs about a shoulder width apart. This is probably a bit easier to do when you've got a more stable base as opposed to having your legs completely together, because that doesn't really give you much room to work in between. So we'll start with the easier. Right, so the way it works is I always tend to go from left to right. I've just become used to just doing my hip roll sort of that way. It's just a lot easier for me. So I'll explain it from left to right. Okay, so what we do is we'll have our feet firmly on the ground. Then because we're going to left first, we take our left heel off the floor. Okay, so our left heel is off the floor, but our toes are firmly on the floor. So when we take our heel off the floor, our hip sort of automatically goes up. Okay, so if you do this a few times, okay, so we'll take it off the floor, hip goes up, then we have to push it out. Okay, so off the floor, out. Again, heel off the floor, hip up, and push it out. So let's do that in one movement. Okay, so up and out. Okay, again. Lovely. So that's half of it done. So we do heel off the floor, up and out, then heel down. And then you can see you're sort of resting on your left leg, and your right leg automatically wants to come up. So then you take your right heel off the floor, hip up and out and down. Okay, so up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down. That's pretty much it. I'll show you a profile view, okay, so you can see my heel. Okay, you're not going to see my right one because my feet are sort of superimposed. But so you do up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down. And it's really as simple as that. When I learnt this, I learnt it off YouTube actually, it's quite a while ago, probably like half a decade. The girl I learnt it from, she kind of had these imaginary walls that she would push her hands against. That kind of makes it easier for you to pop your hip, like imagine you're pressing against something. But it may not work for you. So it's really, really simple. So just get used to action of heel up, hip out. So just repeat this a few times, even just the heel up, hip up, heel up, hip up, heel up, hip up. Yeah, so now again, up and out, up and out, up and out. So up, out, down, the right leg wants to come up automatically, up, out, down. And then you just fluid, just rolling of the hips. And then once you get used to sort of the shoulder length, once you're comfortable with this, because it kind of gives you, that just gives you space between your legs. It's a lot easier to do, I think. Then you can bring your legs a little bit closer, and that just gives like a different kind of look. Yeah, once you get used to the basic gist of hip roll, I can show you now like quite a few things you can kind of do with it. But I think I'll have to probably explain these in a later tutorial once we've grasped the basics. Like things like so it's just like or I do belly dancing quite a bit, and this is quite an attractive move. For belly dancing you don't really want that space between your legs. This just looks too straight and too club-like. So for belly dancing it's very, very feminine, very graceful, so keep your legs shut. So what you can do the hip roll and sort of go down, and then once you're down you can come back up and do like the reverse. Okay, so or you can just kind of play with one hip, then play with the other hip, go down, 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 up. Okay, that was a bit of all. I think I'm just getting mixed. But yes, guys, I haven't already done one of this video, so please give me feedback and let me know what exactly you want me to do, really. And I will, but I think I'll upload this for the time being, and then I'll try and improve on it. So that's the hip roll. We've got quite a few things to like belly rolls. You can do, again, it's a very versatile move. Once you learn the basics, you can do quite a lot with it. Like you can do in belly dancing standing belly rolls, where you just kind of keep still, or you can kind of, that's, you know, more in probably like club dancing, or you can kind of use your feet like this, hinges I guess, and just drop. That's another aspect of belly roll, but I'll do a separate video for that. So thank you for watching. Please leave comments, tell me what I can do to improve it for you, tell me exactly what you need and I'll try and get it done. Thank you for your support, bye bye.